are going to do a random word poem. We're going to make the random word poem out of one of these losing crossword scratch tickets. I think I'll choose this one here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to paint the surface here. But to do that, I have to prepare the surface. So there will be, this is an old school ASMR with lots of scratching noises and minimal talking. So I'm going to prepare the surface with sandpaper and with the exception of the words that aren't the words that are going to become the poem. So without much further ado, let's get busy. Maybe I should move these things out of the way. Ah, that's fine. This one's empty. So let's use this one here. So if you ever thought about painting some 3D objects like milk cartons or, the kind that have the spout on the end, coconut milk cartons, you can do the same. You can paint those as like a 3D object in space. And this is how you can paint those on, because you have to break through that slick surface, that waxy surface, or whatever they put on the outside of the carton. And you can break through that with sandpaper, and then you can paint whatever you want, any kind of scene you want on it. I'm not so sure what kind of a scene I'm going to paint on this. I haven't really done one of these since like 2017. Just Baton. Well, that's a tarot word. Wands and batons. We're going to keep that word. So this has got fire energy in it. Spoken, unbroken avenue. Admit, plant the baton. Okay. Mud menu. I don't want to put too many words on here. So now I think I'm going to place tape over the words I want to save. So we'll split this tape down. We'll just cut it down the middle here. Baton. Let's split it down a little further. Admit, baton. Spoken, unbroken avenue. Spoken, unbroken avenue. Admit, baton. Spoken, unbroken avenue. Axle, idea. Spoken, unbroken avenue. Spoken, unbroken avenue. Doing slow or deliberate actions is a meditation. For me, this is not boring, but for you watching, it probably is. idea axle. Spoken, unbroken avenue. Ace of batons. Ace of batons. Spoken, unbroken attitude. The ace of batons. The energy of the ace of batons. Is a spark of energy, a spark of fire, passion, originality, brilliance. Spark of energy, fire, batons. Some words down here. Menu, guest menu. Interesting. But mud menu, guest menu, two, tattoo. Guest menu, tattoo. Guest menu, tattoo. Spoken, unbroken avenue. Menu, tattoo, mud, just a little more masking. Should I include the word use in this poem? If you're listening in, you can say yes or no in the chat. And if you're new here, consider pushing the like button. For the sake of the algorithm. Use. Well, I can't keep all the words. So we're going to go back to doing some more sanding. This is prepping the surface to take paint. Taking the ink off, which is, this was a losing ticket, by the way. taking the ink off, but then we're going to bring this surface down into an area where it can take paint. For instance, I can show you, I've done this in the past with cartons, and to paint a carton you have to sand the surface down in order for it to take paint. And you can turn this into a mobile and hang it from the ceiling. It took me a year to figure out this step. Maybe not that long. I tried all kinds of things, like in 2016, on how to get paint to stick to scratch tickets. Oh, you don't want that to come off. No, my little doohickeys are falling down. Too much vibrations on the table. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna have to put these away someplace else. This came from China. My physics professor gave it to me before he died. He was a good friend. Up. That's a word, but I don't want to lose that word. go through the surface. So we got just a few more areas here. Just take the paint, take the surface ink off. Oh, hi, Care Bear. Oh, well, welcome, Care Bear. So, thank you for coming back. This losing scratch ticket has the word baton in it, so I'm going to imbue it with fire energy. So, fingers are wrong. I think I got enough of the ink off of it so it'll hold paint. I'm not sure, but we'll just do a little bit more here. Down on this edge. When I first started doing these a long time ago, I would mask. I would do the masking and then put a big, thick, heavy coat of paint on. But then when I pulled the masking off, it pulled all the paint off too. Did kinds of. I don't know. It took me a little while to figure out that this was what I needed to do. Okay. I don't want to reapply all the masking, but I'm going to take the ink off. I'll probably have to reapply this masking here. There's a little bit of a slickness there, so just here. Okay, I guess I'll reapply those ones. And, okay. I need another napkin or something. I don't have it. Oh well, we'll just do with what we have. Admit, baton, unspoken, unbroken, spoken, unbroken, spoken, unbroken, baton. Well, for here, my first name is William, and my middle name is James. I used to go by that name a lot when I performed poetry in Seattle. And it's nice to meet you, Karen. My everyday name is Bill, but my poet name is William James. Let's do a little more masking and then we're going to begin. Come up over here. There. Okay. Now, let's go for this before the lights burn out. I got roughly 30, 35, 40 minutes. I'm going to try to finish this in that amount of time. Let me see how much paint is left in here. Nice layer of red to go down on it. Fire, energy, red, passion. Yeah, that's fine. WJ. It's funny when I started working at that casino and I I put my name on my name tag down as William, but since I'd never really gone by William before, people would call me that, and I just keep on walking. It's like, who are they talking to? And then it dawned on me, oh yeah, that's right, that was on my name tag. And yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna save gem on the top here. And we're not gonna use those. And I probably still didn't get enough of the ink off. So this isn't going to be any fancy pictures or anything like that. With a half hour of time, that's not realistic. And probably be like a house or something. Firehouse. Simple two-dimensional thing. Oh, I'm getting the red paint all over me. So that's one of my neighbors was talking about their elderly grandfather who was on all kinds of blood thinners, and he scratched himself and got a cut, and just, well, he bled all over the place, and then had to go in for a transfusion. He lost like a pint of blood. I guess we're gonna be doing like a Bob Ross kind of wet on wet painting. But you know, the acrylics, they dry pretty fast. Damn, I need another. I didn't prepare well enough here. I gotta. There we go. All right. Let's see. Let's add a little water onto it. So if you ever wonder why this table looks like this, well, this is why this table looks like this. I've been painting on it for well, since 2017, I think we're going to just add some yellow onto it. How about some neon yellow? I'm just going to push that color in right around. This gets to that more ASMR-ish kind of painting things with it's a lot of goop on it. I'll just go right over the masking. And kind of get that fire energy. Kind of this orangey. It says Jim, yes. Kind of give it a lot of energy like it were smoke. I think that's all I want to do there with that. We need to move the color around. I have just the tool for that. Sit over here someplace. Here it is. A color mover. These things are all empty. I'm going to do what? Let's go add some white into this. Maybe. Yeah. I'm going to run a different brush. I really don't know what I'm doing, so... But, you know, it really doesn't matter. So... Maybe it's kind of like a... I'm just going to move as much of this stuff on as I can. My brush is interfering with my camera holding apparatus. I'm just going to run the textures down like this. I'll have to do another layer another day, because this is not a 1 day or a 1 hour project. We'll leave that red there. Just kind of like a window or something. Maybe it's like a house in the Mississippi that floods all the time, and it's on stilts. A house on stilts. Imbued with the fire energy of a wildfire. Gem. Gem. Well, you know, maybe we should put some copper color in some place. I think I'll put that down here on the basement. Just a little bit of copper. I don't have much copper left, but I'll just put it down here. So before this thing, I'm kind of taking a cue from like Chi and Tarot, one of the channels I've been following for almost a year. Before he does a live stream, he always draws a card, and I drew this one here, the Nine of Cups. That's a good card. What are we doing here? Another brush. Just run these things. So I have my camera suspended using a boom mic stand, and it is about let's see, it's about the length of this brush away from the painting, from the table surface. I like these metallic colors. bright colors and metallic colors. Okay, let's go back in and put another layer of white down. So, how long have you been operating your channel, Care Bear? Inside here. More white. Two or 3 weeks. Wow. Is this your first channel, or have you tried it again? Is this like me? I tried this 2 other times, and I work really hard to try to stay on task. 2 or 3 weeks. Huh? Maybe it's kind of like a rocket. It kind of does look like a rocket. Okay, I'm going to... There's nothing I can't do anymore until the paint dries. And I don't have enough time here for the paint to dry. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, so you had friends that had channels, or you just met people through YouTube and chatted with them? Yes, watching paint dry, exactly. Well, this is... Well, You know what? I've watched people. I've watched a lot of people paint, and I've watched people paint WooTube through WooTube. It's funny. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the masking tape off, and I'm gonna let this thing dry, and then I'm gonna finish it another day, and next Friday when I do my next poetry live stream, like last night, like the one 24 hours ago, I'll show the finished copy. So let's take the paint off, peel off here, and I'm going to need so like let's see. Come on. Let's get off of there. Oh, oh, I'm going to move the water out of the way. So I got some more down here. Is this another piece? What word was here? Oh, there we go. So, ace, a baton. Ace, a baton. Spoken, unbroken, spoken avenue. The idea was to admit a guest to use the axle. The idea was on the mud menu. The guest wanted a tattoo, and on that tattoo, the guest wanted it to say, ace, a baton. Use the axle in the word. How about that? Wishes come true. Oh, I'm going to call it quits here. Got an early morning tomorrow. But I'm going to come back in about 24 hours and draw lottery numbers. Lottery numbers on my lottery divining cards. Because I'm a bit of a gambler. Anyways, good night, Karen. Good night, all who have showed up. This is 999 ASMR Tarot. Tonight we did ASMR poetry. I'm William James, signing off. Bye-bye.